Shy Guys are like universally loved, right? They have a great design, make fun little noises, and even have a certain element of mystique to them, with the whole what's behind the mask gimmick. They've become another iconic image of the Mario series really, appearing as playable characters in countless multiplayer titles, as well as frequent roles in the RPG spin-offs, and even appeared in the Mario movie. So that makes you wonder, why don't we ever see Shy Guys in the main Mario titles, the Super Mario games if you will? And what could we do to fix that? That's the two questions I'll be asking myself today, so let's get to answering them, shall we? First, a brief history lesson, just so we're all on the same page. Shy Guys made their first appearance in Doki Doki Panic, which meant that a year later they had suddenly appeared in the main Mario game, when Doki Doki Panic became Super Mario Bros. 2. However, unlike other enemies who originated there, like Pokies and Bob-Ombs, Shy Guys have since never made another appearance in the Super Mario titles again. Instead, they have flourished in really any spin-off games you can think of. One or more are playable in the kart, strikers, party, baseball, tennis and even Mario and Luigi series. And Shy Guys as a species frequently appear as NPCs or enemies in the Paper Mario series, albeit surprisingly enough never as partners. Like I said earlier, they even appeared fairly prominently in the Mario movie, while more famous main characters like Daisy, Wario and Yoshi were left out. So no, Nintendo didn't forget about Shy Guys, not at all. In fact, they took all of them out of the Mushroom Kingdom and deported them to Yoshi's Island. Ever since Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, Shy Guys have been the main enemy of the Yoshi series instead. They've appeared in all games in the series, and frequently at that, but it's exactly this role that reveals a possible first reason why Shy Guys don't appear in main game Mario titles anymore. Their role is already filled, their place has been taken. Shy Guys do effectively the exact same thing as Goombas. They walk in a straight line, hurt you when you run into them, and can be defeated by jumping on them, but that's about it. The simple foot soldiers, which is actually what their Japanese name Hi-Ho is based on. The Japanese word for foot soldier is Ho-Hai, so it's that word scrambled around. Anyway, fun as Shy Guys may be, Goombas may genuinely be the most iconic enemies in gaming history, so it makes perfect sense they're not getting ditched. Which means that there's really no role for Shy Guys to play in the main series. Think about it, the functionality of Bob-Ombs and Pokies didn't exist in Mario at the time, so they were kept when Super Mario Bros. 3 rolled around. But Shy Guys were simply reverted back to Goombas. There may also be a second underlying reason, which I will concede is a bit more speculation. I think it's possible the developers view Shy Guys' design as a little too friendly, whimsical or cheerful to be a main enemy in the Mario series. I mean, there's no denying that even though Goombas are nothing too threatening either, they definitely look more like enemies than Shy Guys do. Koopas are a lot closer in comparison, but also a tire or two more iconic, and their shell mechanic is extremely unique. So that would explain why Shy Guys are only dispatched when Nintendo is looking for an enemy that feels a tad more kiddie, I guess is the word. I feel like it's pretty widely accepted that the Yoshi games are really just Mario games for a slightly younger audience, and interestingly enough, Shy Guys have also appeared as enemies in Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which also aims for a younger audience with its easy to grasp puzzle mechanics. That said, Goombas also appear in this game, which is actually kinda interesting because that makes this game the only one where Goombas and Shy Guys appear simultaneously, spin-offs notwithstanding. And weird little side fact, Shy Guys are the only enemies in this game who don't appear in Super Mario 3D World or are entirely new creations. But anyway, yes, they do exactly the same thing as Goombas in Captain Toad, as you would expect. And that circles us back around to the main problem here. Shy Guys are just Goombas in terms of what they bring to the main series table. So what can we do to change that? Well, first we must separate the two main series, 2D and 3D. Simply because Goombas also have two different functions and I think we wouldn't want to stray too far from Shy Guys' humble origins. So for the 2D games, I think taking inspiration from 3D Goombas is the best way to go. In those titles, they don't just simply walk around aimlessly, they begin running and chasing Mario once they've spotted him, which I've personally always felt suited Shy Guys much better. If we want to differentiate them even more, what could be fun is making Shy Guys invulnerable to being jumped on, until they begin to chase you and eventually trip and fall to the ground. That feels pretty in character for Shy Guys I think, and would truly make them a unique enemy. Other ideas I had for the side-scrollers are having them function like in Super Mario Bros. 2, meaning Mario can stand on them and perhaps even pick them up and throw them. That doesn't really suit them as well, and also somewhat overlaps with Ant Troopers, who can also be stood on. Another idea I had was to play into different color Shy Guys and have several appear together. Once they spot the players, they start chasing after those that correspond to their color. So a red Shy Guy would chase Mario, a green one would chase Luigi, pink for Peach, orange for Daisy, etc. Fun as I find it, this concept does rely heavily on multiple playable characters, and shines the most when playing multiplayer, which right now appears to be a staple for the series, but that can easily change. Something more future-proof might be better, otherwise we'll be back at the drawing board before you know it. Of course, another super fun idea would be to incorporate other kinds of Shy Guys and their abilities, like Fly Guys and Spear Guys, but those aren't exactly the same thing as Shy Guys, so that wouldn't really fix the problem. Both of them also regularly appear in the most expected fashion in the Yoshi series, and lifting them one-to-one is not the most interesting design choice. I don't see Nintendo ever going for that. So yeah, plenty of ideas for 2D to go around, which makes sense considering that's where Shy Guys still regularly appear to this day. But in 3D, they've rarely ever made an appearance, and we can't just copy-paste the run and trip functionality from 2D as it now resembles Goombas too much. Well, that and it would really suck as a potential capture in Mario Odyssey. So yeah, we need a new idea, and for that, I want to go all the way back to Shy Guy's first appearances. In their original design, Shy Guys wore these pins or badges, which had a symbol on them resembling their mask. These were to signify they were members of the 8 Bits, the name of Ward's troops in Super Mario Bros. 2. As you can imagine, later games ditched this, as Ward was nowhere to be seen and Shy Guys were assimilated into Bowser's army. But I think enough time has passed to bring this back, and tie it into Shy Guy's new gimmick as a Mario enemy. We would have to give the pin new properties though, as it served no real purpose originally, and I think the most unique one would be to reflect projectiles, kinda like how the Franklin badge from Earthbound functions in Super Smash Bros. It would be highly situational, that goes without saying, but in levels or areas that rely on you having to shoot, like when you have a fire flower or a cannon box, or the Sherm sections in Odyssey, it could serve as a very interesting hindrance. I will admit, it's not as goofy as maybe befitting of Shy Guys, but I like the idea of the callback enough to accept that. Another idea I had that I couldn't really turn into something that works is anything related to disguises. We have seen in recent Mario games the ability to put on a Goomba mask to make enemies ignore you, and that is something that would suit Shy Guys very well. After all, Mario is only an outfit change away from looking exactly like them, with some red robes and the iconic mask. But like I said, I had trouble turning this into an actual unique enemy mechanic that could reliably work on a permanent basis, so if you have any ideas on how to make that work, let me know. In fact, if you have any other ideas how we can bring Shy Guys back to the main series, please let me know in the comments below. I'm very curious to hear what you guys come up with. If you enjoyed my takes, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel to stay updated on all my future Mario content coming up. For now, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.